Well, hello and thank you for joining in. Welcome everyone to the season opener of the ISSF World Cups. It's the first World Cup of this year. In 2024, we're at the Olympic City, Cairo shotgun range. It's a bit chilly. There's a little bit of wind. It's not an easy day for these trap women that are shooting the finals. They did go through the qualification. They did go through some shoot off as well. So they've been here for the whole day. We can't really complain. These are the 6 that we'll be seeing in this final today. As you know it, this is how it goes. 25 targets first before the first elimination, and then we go on to each 5 targets gets 1 person out, 1 finalist out of the finals until the gold medal that is being shot for with 10 targets more. It's a 12-gauge shotgun. Here are the event details, and finally we're ready for a presentation and ready to start with the competition. But we're going to get to know them a little bit better first. Pelinke is the first one, 23-year-old. She finished first after qualification, putting herself with her bib number 1, which is the best. I mean, you can have, we'll get to that later if you don't understand the bib number situation. But bib number 2 is 37-year-old Fatima Galvez, Tokyo mixed team champion. Then we have 24-year-old from Poland, Sandra Bernal, World Cup gold medalist of Nicosia 2020. That's the only gold from a World Cup. Here's the Spanish Fatima Galvez. Sandra Bernal, as I already mentioned, the 24-year-old, one of the younger ones here. And then the 35-year-old Maria Dmitrienko. She was 8th in Rio at the Olympics. Her World Cup medals so far were all team or mixed team events. Then Puerto Rico, Augusta Campos Martin and Alessandra Perilli from San Marino, Tokyo bronze medalist from 2021. We all know that Tokyo was back then, and the mixed team silver medalist as well. Here are the officials. 2. Referee in charge is from Germany, a very cheerful referee. The referee has to go around and be behind every single athlete who is in their position. So this is the trap event. The athletes will be shooting 5x5 shots on each station. They call the target. The target can go left, right, or straight. And on each station, they will get 2 rights, 2 lefts, and 1 straight. The thing is, they can't really know which one is coming when. And for as far as I know, they don't really count, and they don't really try to make it. They just try to shoot as best as possible and try to find that target in the sky. I think that Kaya started off with a miss, but also the referee is having a conversation with the jury, and so it might not be what we're thinking right now. It's only the start of the final. As I said, it's pretty chilly out here. There's a bit of wind coming in, waves, not really something you can predict, which can be something that messes with the way that, you know, the targets fly out. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be a miss for Kaya. Hit from Galvez and then Bernal Dmitrienko. Women are moving pretty fast. So Kaya was first qualification with 116 in total out of a potential 125. They do shoot five rounds of 25 targets. And the last one to get in the final was Alessandra Perilli, which we actually know it's not as random as it is in rifle or pistol shooting, where they assigned letters A to H. Here, they're assigned numbers from 1 to 6, and those numbers are beep numbers, and they're very important in case of a tie with the elimination process. Then the beep number decides. So whoever was higher in the rank has the advantage of staying in case of a tie. So the one that has beep number 6 really has to work and try not to get into a tie situation and get ahead as much as possible, with which Perilli is actually doing by now, so far. She's got 2 hits. And Kaya, who is in the beep number 1, has already missed her target, and it was the first one, actually. Yeah, the scores are definitely showing that the athletes didn't really have a great weather, you know. I guess the visibility is not as bad. It's just the wind that's coming in that might be a bit of a problem. There, another miss. Now it's Dmitrienko. That's another miss. Yeah, it's just a wave of wind that came in. So the target flies out, and then it's, you know, just speeds up more than the athletes would assume it would, you know. Okay, so we're only at the beginning. They're going to be shooting 25 before the first elimination. Then they're going to go 5 by 5 until the last 2 standing, who will be shooting additional 10 targets to decide on the gold. It's the first ISSF World Cup of this year, the Olympic year, and we're at the Cairo Olympic City shooting range for the rifle, pistol, and shotgun ISSF World Cup in Egypt's capital. That is, if you're only joining in. We started competition yesterday with the air pistol men event. Today we had a couple of mixed team events with the rifle and pistol in the final hole. And now we're stepping in here on the shotgun range for the first time this year. And the women are breaking the ice, actually. We have men coming up a little bit later. I don't think it's going to be too late. We can't really see the sun, but it is going to be pretty bright. There are athletes from 66 world countries gathered here in Cairo to start the season off. We've got the athletes of the year in Cairo as well. During Vannekamp, she competed in her pistol event, but did not make it to the finals. She qualified 29th. And we've got Clement Bisage as well. Both of them are going to be at the final hall, actually. But we've got some great athletes here in shotgun range. Of course, we have a Tokyo bronze medalist here with us, Alexandra Perilli, the 35-year-old from San Marino. Here are the coaches. They look pretty calm, centered. Everything that a coach needs to be, holding his position. So first 5 targets are done. Now we can see the stats here, the standings after 5 targets. Perilli in the lead, the 35-year-old, 2-time medalist of the Olympic Games. She was at the Olympics 3 times so far: Tokyo, London, and Rio. She's won a World Cup final once in Nicosia back in 2015. That's almost 10 years ago now. And she's got 4 World Cups, 1 behind her. Lanata was the last one, and that was in 2021. And we didn't really see much of her last year. But she is here now, and she is in the lead. And as I said, it's the Olympic year. So maybe it's the perfect time for a comeback. If you missed any of the events so far, don't worry. They're on YouTube and Facebook official pages of ISSF. And if you want a little bit of a shorter content, you can go check out the official Instagram page of ISSF as well. This first part of the final of Trap, the 25 targets that start off, is kind of a way for the athletes to establish themselves in the final before that whole elimination process begins, because that goes really fast. And that tends to turn things around quickly. So this is kind of an opportunity for the athletes to hit as many targets as possible, to have something to bounce back on if there is a potential need for that. And we've had a couple of missed targets here and there in the second round of 5 as well, with Kaya and Gavis, Bernal. That's the 5th station. Bernal loses the target. The coaches in this sport usually have a lot of experience and have been here for a while. So they've seen the technological changes and advancements and everything that's been going on in the sport, the rules that have been changing. Now we're back to the Tokyo 2020 rules. We're going to do the same in Paris 2024. And the last Olympic Games in Paris were actually a century ago. So that's going to be a miss from Bernal, 2 in a row. If I'm not wrong, that was a left target. Gone with the wind. It's very windy. That was a left target for Campos Martin, but she found it in the sky. Here's her coach. Perilli was last to shoot. All hits so far from the Tokyo bronze medalist. Dmitrienko. That was a right target. She found it. Campos Martin. Looked like a straight one. Could have been a left one, but again, the winds are coming in waves. So they're really jerking the targets away. Ten out of 10 for Perazzi. Kaya with 8. 8 for Dimitrienko as well. And then we go down in the rank. Here's the technical delegate, Mr. Bodo, and the president of ISSF, Mr. Luciano Rossi. They have the best seats in the house, that's for sure. But we're all kind of outside, so it's still pretty cold. It says that it's around 18 degrees Celsius, but it's definitely not feeling like it is with the wind. And just not even a little bit of sun. Which, well, yeah, that's part of the job, to be able to adapt to circumstances when you're shooting trap or skeet. More or less anything that is outside, like the 25 meter or the 50 meter. Luckily for them, they get to go inside, at least for the finals. Whereas these gals have to stay outside. It's pretty much how it goes. That was the first lost target of Perazzi in her last round. We're getting to her soon. We're going to see if she can come back into a hit again. Perazzi back in the hit. Now she's got 11. She started practicing back in 2003, so more than 20 years ago. She's got two Olympic medals behind her, and those 4 World Cups. She's never won a European Championship yet, though. She's won a bronze medal in Lonato back in 2019, but that's a funny way of sports, you know. 2 Olympic medals, yet hasn't gotten to the top of the podium at the European Championship. Guess just how it goes. That's Carlos Martin from Puerto Rico. She's been showing up mostly in the last 2 years. And sometimes she's further down the rank, like last year at the World Championships, she was 70th in Baku. But at the same time, a year before that, she won the silver medal in Lonato at the World Cup and was a part of a team in Lima, also 2 years ago. That at the World Cup won a bronze medal. Dmitrienko, the 35-year-old from Kazakhstan. The 1 World Championship medal she has is from Baku mixed team event last year. And I think I already mentioned, but all of the World Cup medals she has, and there's 6 of them, they've all been from a team or a mixed team event. So this is a chance for Dmitrienko. And and an individual one. Oops, another lost target from Kaya. Galvez is on a roll, 5 out of 5 in this round. The 37-year-old from Spain, trap mixed team champion. She's been to Rio, she's been to London. In the individual competition, she was 14th at the Olympics. Won the World Championship 2 times, once when she was young as a junior, and then came back 10 years later, same place, Lonato. She won a senior World Championship gold and climbed the top of the podium. Many, many World Cup medals. I don't know if I should even count them all, but it's over 20, that's for sure. For Fatima Galvez, she's been here for quite some time, shooting from a very, very young age, I would say. She was super young in 1998 when she started. There we go. It says 17 Celsius. 17 degrees Celsius. I'm not convinced, I have to say. Not convinced about that, but I guess they're a little bit warmer as they're moving around, and the adrenaline is pumping and all that. So it might even be a super comfortable time for them. The wind part, I don't think anybody's happy with that. The targets are really flying out crazy. But yeah, then again, it's a great learning opportunity for any kind of weather that you can get. And they do shoot in absolutely horrifying weather sometime. Pouring rain, super hot sun, you name it. They need to adjust. So that's why they have these glasses that kind of help with the vision, at least to always see as best as possible. I'm not sure how much the caps can help during a very, very strong rain, but, you know, gotta keep on moving. Let's see the target. Went to the right for Bernal. Dmitrienko. Up straight, right in front of her. Pettily. To the right and up. Not the easiest of the targets. Oh, that left one. And when she shot it, she did shoot a little below it. So none of the pallets were able to hit the actual target, the clay target that tends to break even when just a couple of little ones hit it. The bullet spreads around, I guess, in a meter of diameter. Has to be a little bit less to be able to break the target, to be strong enough to break the target. It's going to be a mess for Bernal. Campos Martin, the side referees held up their red flags immediately. So there's no chance of anything else to be. Perilli with a far right target. Hitting it down. That was definitely a left target for Kaya. And that was a right one for Galvez. Bernal is now on the first station. She missed the target 2 times in a row, so did Kaya as well. Dmitrienko, another miss. What's going on? Broke the red streak. Let's see Perilli. That's a nice hit. It seems like a little bit of rain is coming as well. We still have some time to go. Perilli is up there side by side with Galvez, Dmitrienko. All having 17 points. 17 hits up there for Spain, Kazakhstan, and San Marino. While Turkish Kaya is down with 15. Campos Martin with 14. And in a definitely red zoned area is Bernal from Poland. She's had 3 missed targets in the last 5. And that's putting her to be in the danger zone, the one that might go out of the final first. And Kaya started off with a miss. Galvez is not giving in. A hit is there. Oh, that's going to be another miss for Bernal. It's not looking pretty bright for her. Campos Martin. Perilli. Hopefully in the next days, some sun will come in. Bernal, I don't really think that she has a chance to get out of this one anymore. Campos Martin. Missed the target, so now Dmitrienko might be in the lead. Perilli is following that. Galvez fell down a bit with that one miss she had. Let's see if she can get back up. I really like to see those targets as they fly out. Bernal to the left. She hits down, but still holding herself in the red zone, in danger zone. Not really close to coming out of there. The only way is if Campos Martin has a couple of bad ones, but that's also not happening. So that's no luck for Bernal this time. We're approaching the 25. The first mark in this final. It's gonna let us know a couple of things, but for now that might be Bernal going out of the final and 5 of the women staying for the next 5 shots. Then we don't know. We don't know what happens next. We're gonna have to wait and see. Dmitrienko and Perilli. Depends on this one. That's going to be a right target, and it's going to be a miss, letting Dmitrienko in the lead. It's the last shot. Bernal was 9th in Tokyo at the Olympic Games. And her last medal, at least an individual medal, was in Nicosia when she won a gold at the World Cup. But it looks like today is not really a day for Sandra Bernal. She's had a couple of mixed team event medals and a silver medal from New Delhi. Actually, another one. That was an individual one. That was in 2021. We're approaching the first elimination. All of the athletes are kind of holding their hands in their pockets, trying to stay warm as much as they can. It definitely does not feel like 17 degrees Celsius. That's for sure. Announced as 6th. Sandra Bernal has to leave the final. Winning the 6th place. The rest of them are loading more carriages, everything that they need, coming back on the final line as they need to continue 5 by 5 until we get to the last 2 that will shoot additional 10 targets. We are all hoping that it's not going to rain, because it would not be a nice addition to this weather. But what can you do? These standings now after 25 targets, everybody is equal in the first 3. 21 targets hit for Fatima, Dmitrienko, as well as Perilli. Now the 5 women are continuing on. Kaya and Campos Martin lost their targets. Perilli, Dmitrienko and Perilli. And Galvez still holding that shoulder to shoulder, 22 targets each. Dmitrienko 2 hits in a row. Campos Martin, she's in station number 1, and that was a hit. Perilli in station number 2. Right target. Gets a hit there. Puerto Rican in danger zone with only 19 hits. Looks like she's pretty far behind, although she could potentially try and come up to Kaya, who has the advantage of having a beat number 1, which means even if they're tied, she stays in the final. So it's double disadvantage for the Puerto Rican. San Marino's Perilli. It's another hit. The 3 top women are really not giving in with each other. Okay, hits down the target. We're slowly moving up to the next elimination. Perilli. It was the right target, and she missed it again. That was the second time for her to miss. I would even say that same target. It's a tricky one for the right-handed. When the target goes left, it's a little bit easier to turn your whole body to it and have that happen. One more shot left. Kaya shoots first, shoots down the target. 23 total. So she is safe. I guess she was even before that because of the beep number. But anyway, better having as many hits as possible and getting ahead as much as you can, even though Kaya is behind Galvez and Dmitrienko, as well as Perilli, by a significant amount of hits. That is kind of hard to overcome in a time span of only 5 additional shots, which we'll have between 30 and 35 when the decision for the 4th place is going to come around.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 30 targets, 5th place has been decided, finishing on 21 hits, representing Puerto Rico. Let's hear it for Augusta Rose Campos Martin.
It's the 5th place for the Puerto Rican. We've kind of seen it coming. Augusta Rose Campos Martin, the 25-year-old silver medalist from Lonato's World Cup. She's not too happy, you can see that. but it's a tough weather today. It's not an easy one. It's one of the harder finals, I think, to do actually. Maybe they'd think the same, or maybe a little bit different. Who knows? Who knows what went through her head while she was standing there on the firing line of the finals. It's different for everyone, dealing with the pressure, with the weather, with the targets and the wind and everything. Everybody has a soft spot, probably. And we're continuing on with Kaya, Galvez, Mitrienko, and Perilli. Now the weakest link might be Turkish Rumesha Pelin Kaya, the 23-year-old who's won 2 World Cup medals last year only. 2 hits in a row, while Perilli had a miss. Kind of giving an opportunity there to Kaya, maybe. We'll see. We are used to not many things changing in only 5 targets. That's why the athletes have this whole start of 25 targets. Kind of gather as many hits possible. Back to Kaya in the red zone. She's holding up pretty well. That was a left target for her. Galvez on station number 4. A left high target that went away from her. 2 missed targets in a row now. Dmitrienko missed another as well. I think the waves of wind are coming in, and it's getting a little bit harder and harder to do it. Kaya. 2 more targets to go. Oh, she misses as well. It's been a lot of missed targets in this round. They know what's coming. The next one that falls out loses a place on the podium. Yeah, it's definitely starting to rain. It's just a little bit of rain, nothing too serious. But it's at least showing the direction of wind. So maybe they can try and work out where the target's going to go in the last moment. It's time for the decision of the 4th place. And here it is, the decision that we could assume from the start of this. 5 hits, 5 targets that we had. 23-year-old Rumesha Pelin Kaya from Turkey. It's not going to be a World Cup medal for her today. She did get very, very close to it. But in the end, yeah, hopefully she gets to go and warm up somewhere, because I don't know what else. I do think that she has to stick around and see the end of the final. Still have 15 more targets to go. Galvez starting with a hit. Dmitrienko. That's a miss. That's going to push her back. She was holding a nice lead. Giving chance to Perilli to take over. Nope. Another miss as well. High stakes are now in question. Let's see. Galvez. Ah, that's a streak of missed targets, and it's the wind. I'm pretty sure it's the wind. It's been starting to go stronger and stronger. More of the targets are getting missed. Sure, the nerves are involved, but yeah, the wind doesn't help out in these situations. Perilli managed to hit the target down. So did Dmitrienko. The two women are now tied at the top with Galvez kind of following them behind. The men's event starts in 45 minutes. I think they're probably finished already as well and had a couple of shoot-offs. I wouldn't be surprised. It happens almost every time. That's another miss. Galvez with already 2 missed targets in this round of 5. Dmitrienko missed one too. I don't know if you can see it, but the skies are clearing kind of in front of us, but above us it's a lot of dark clouds. And some rain to come. We'll see what happens in the men's finals. Last one before the decision. Galvez hits the target now. If anybody misses the target, they're out. Galvez has the highest beep number. So Dmitrienko is going on. And Perilli is now under pressure. Perilli misses the target. And that's going to mean the bronze medal. Representing San Marino. Bronze medal goes to Alexandra Perilli. Bronze medalist of Tokyo, now the bronze medalist of the first World Cup in this season, the Olympic season 3 years later. The beat numbers are not in question anymore. 10 targets to go if there's a case of a tie. It's time for a shoot off. 10 targets between the two top women, Kazakhstan and Spain. Kazakhstan has been showing up a lot in this competition since the beginning, actually, since yesterday. So I guess we can expect a lot, as it might be a good year for Kazakhstan. They started off pretty well. And so has the rain. Now it's really going down. Whoever can find a shelter, it's nice. It's definitely nice. The two women who are in front of us are in the zone to get completely rained on. But it looks like it's not really bothering them. They know they have 10 more targets to go. And focus and precise, doing their jobs. This was a big wave of wind. It's really miraculous that Dmitrienko was able to find that target. It was a left one though, so maybe the wind is going right. So the right targets are really flying further away, which is making them even harder than they are for right-handed athletes. That was a straight target, and yeah, it stayed pretty straight. But you can see by the way that the powder just vanishes from the sky. Usually it can like stay a little bit longer and you can actually see it, but this way, with this wind, it just disappears from the sky. It's a miss from Galvez. Dmitrienko. Two targets of a difference now. Dmitrienko is in a good position. She was very close to the finals at the Olympics. Missed the target, now back to a hit of a difference. Dmitrienko at the top. Galvez following, one hit of a difference and 5 more targets to go. Okay, I can't say. Really, it can be any of the 2 women finishing on the top of the podium at the end of this event. Oh, Galvez, bit of pressure there. Dmitrienko, she's gonna be able to hold it, and no, and that was a right target as well. The focus is there, it's a hit for Galvez. Dmitrienko. Still holding on to that difference of 1. Galvez is taking a bit more time than before. I guess she understands that this is the moment. And also, Dmitrienko had to walk to the first station. She had a moment to take a breather, and she heads down the target. Once again, she's just that one step. Oh, yeah. Now they're tied. Now they're tied. Now it's tricky. Now it's getting pretty tricky. That was a right target. Galvez shot it down. More space for errors for Dmitrienko. There's a chance that last shot will decide, but there's also a chance for a shoot-off. We'll see. Both can happen. Oh, it's a miss from Galvez and an opportunity for Dmitrienko. She's going to take it. Central station. Target to the left, and she shoots it down in the last moment. That's it. No shoot off is needed. Maria Dmitrienko is the gold medalist of the ISSF World Cup in Cairo, Egypt. The first one, the season opener for the Olympic season. Kazakhstan at the top of the podium. Fatima Galvez from Spain with the silver. And Alessandra Perilli from San Marino with the bronze.
The silver medal, representing Spain, Fatima Galvez. And the gold medal, representing Kazakhstan, Maria Dmitrienko.
Here they are represented once again, the three winners, the three medalists of the first shotgun event of the season. The women broke the ice. It wasn't easy. It was really icy. It was cold, but they've done it, and come back for the men to do it as well. Men's finals for trap will be in, I guess, 30 minutes. So jump back on. We are glad to see you always.